Is joint preparation really overrated? Honestly, in my opinion, it's actually underrated. Sometimes people ask me if it's enough just to do the exercises they want to learn. For example, if they want to learn pull-ups, just start doing pull-ups. If muscle-ups, then practice those. If human flag, then that. And their joints and body will adapt to the load sooner or later. Unfortunately, it's not quite like that. It's true that the entire training process should have a structure. There is a logical order to the exercises, so each one has a prerequisite and progressions, so it's definitely worth keeping these in mind. However, adapting and strengthening for a specific exercise, whether it's a basic push-up, pull-up, or skills like the handstand, planche, human flag, etc., those are special adaptations. Yes, through the given progression, your joints and body will adapt and gradually strengthening that exercise. But before these, it's recommended to generally prepare your joints and the key areas by mobilizing and/or strengthening them, as the proper condition of these areas is crucial for all exercises. This is where joint preparation comes into play, something that gymnasts have been used for a long time, as gymnastics includes many exercises that require the mobility and strength of different areas and joints, and there are plenty of situations where these links can easily get injured. So before starting to learn different exercises, including the basics, it's wise to move and strengthen the joints and the muscles around them throughout the possible full range of motion. We can also say that these are supplementary, preliminary mobilizations which can secure the later demands on the specific joints. A good example is that during a handstand for balancing, you need to apply pressure to the ground in the direction of the wrist flexion as well as with your fingers. To do this confidently and powerfully, it's recommended to perform palm poses and finger poses before you get started. As you can see, the range of motion executed during these exercises won't be exactly applied in any exercises in real life, but if you strengthen this movement in the full range of motion possible for your wrist joint, then you'll have a much easier time during a handstand. You'll be more stable and stronger. The same applies to practicing handstands, especially during the phase where you're kicking up and can't balance yet, so always having to overdo it or bail out. Most people find themselves in a situation where they stress their wrists in an unusual range, leading to pain over time. This too can partly be prevented and the wrist prepared for such scenarios with circular mobilization exercises. Therefore, joint preparation is not about doing spectacular moves to show off or doing exercises that make you look big. It actually lays the groundwork, enabling you to safely and efficiently perform spectacular skills and more intense exercises later on, which can build you a muscular, lean physique. That's the goal with them. I must emphasize that, of course, the risk of injuries can't be completely reduced to zero, as unfortunate situations can still occur, regardless of whether you've done joint preparation exercises or not. Paying attention and choosing the right load are also important factors, and complemented with joint preparation, the risk of injury can be drastically reduced. Unfortunately, I've heard numerous stories that make me believe joint preparation is indeed necessary for people. The most common issues include wrist pain from doing push-ups or handstands, strains and joint pains from practicing muscle-ups, and the most severe case I've heard was an oblique tear during a human flag practice. As you can see, the spectrum is wide, and I'm not saying that everyone who doesn't do joint preparation exercises will experience these problems, but unfortunately, they are common, often because of not paying attention or choosing the wrong progression. However, I think we can agree that joint preparation is a tool that can help, and if that's the case, why not use it? I've had many students who trained alone or practiced other forms of exercise experience joint pain over time and specifically joined my sessions because they've heard about the joint preparation program, wanted to try it, and it solved their problem. So that's one aspect. But we don't just do these exercises to prevent injuries and aim for longevity. Another important benefit is that by mobilizing and/or strengthening certain areas, we patch holes or strengthen weak links that have caused a plateau in performing certain exercises. A typical example is the chest to bar pull-up, which seems impossible for many. The missing links are shoulder mobility and scapular stability. Once the individuals focus on these areas, the problem is solved and they can perform the desired exercise. Therefore, The two main goals of joint preparation are to reduce the risk of injuries and to strengthen weak links. Now, let's take a look at the three main reasons why I believe joint preparation or prehab is underrated. The first reason is body awareness. Most people don't even realize how their body and joints move, and the well-structured joint preparation program is an excellent learning process. You learn the basic movements of your joints, get to know your body better, and understand the connections that will later be of great help to you. Just remember the examples mentioned earlier. In my previous videos, I've talked about the concept of the movement body map and its benefits. Essentially, everyone has a map in their brain in the central nervous system containing the movements they can do. The more movements you're capable of, the bigger your map. Furthermore, the more you use those areas, meaning the more you practice certain movements, the sharper your map becomes. So by moving your joints and strengthening movements with stabilization exercises, you can improve your movement body map, which will help in developing your movement culture. The second reason is better mobility and movement freedom. Besides getting to know your body and the movements of your joints better, you can improve your mobility, become more mobile, and move more freely. Mobility is a prerequisite for exercises like the previously mentioned chest to bar pull-ups or force grip, which allows you to do muscle-ups on rings and many other exercises. Thanks to mobility exercises, you can explore new joint ranges, leading to freer movement. However, a new range of motion is worthless if you can't control it, which leads us to the next point. The third reason is that joint preparation improves general stability and strength. As mentioned in the previous point, mobilization exercises can increase your joint range of motion, and stabilizing or strengthening exercises can strengthen these new or existing ranges. There are several two-in-one exercises during joint preparation, such as scapular exercises, where you mobilize and stabilize at the same time during the movements. During the practice of these special movements, the range of motion and stability develop hand in hand, and the same is true for the hip, knee, and ankle, for example with Cossack squats or the split squat. Where there is stability, there is control, and where there is control, the risk of injuries decreases. So if you often have joint pains, feel stuck, or have weak links that limit your progress, or simply want to improve your body awareness or mobility, then doing joint preparation exercises is definitely worth it. In the Gymnastics method system, we start the entire training process with a comprehensive 6-week full-body joint preparation program. Additionally, we offer prehab routines that you can easily follow along before your workouts, allowing you to enjoy the previously mentioned benefits. If you want to start a program and build your physique from the ground up, from the basics to advanced exercises with this proven system, followed by thousands of people, click the link below, download the Gymnastics Method app in the App Store or Google Play Store, become a member, and get access to our programs, tutorials, daily workouts, and much more. If you like this video, give it a thumbs up, subscribe for more, and now check out my earlier videos on joint preparation on the end screen.